In last class, we studied that precipitation reaction and a neutralization reaction. In the precipitation reaction, what happens? The formation of precipitation takes place, and in the neutralization reaction, when acid is reacted with the base, it forms the salt and water. Then the both reactions are also the examples for the double displacement reaction, and already we discussed some examples on both the reactions. Then the next concept and last concept of this chapter, that is redox reaction. Then the redox reaction means this term indicate redox, reduction and oxidation. When the reaction, the reduction and oxidation takes place, we can call it as a redox reaction. This term indicates the two term. This is the composed of two term. One is the reduction and oxidation. When the reduction and oxidations are simultaneously takes place in a single reaction, we can call it as a redox reaction. Then what it means oxidation and what it means reduction, what happens in the reaction when the oxidation takes place, and what happens when the reduction takes place, we will study in this class with some examples. When as I already told, the redox reaction is a composed of two term. One is oxidation and another one is a reduction. Okay, then when the oxidation and reduction takes place, we can call it as a redox reaction. Then what it means oxidation, what it means reduction, what happens when the oxidation takes place, and what happens when the reduction takes place, now we will see. Okay, then the definition of oxidation means a process which involves the gaining of oxygen or losing of hydrogen. Means when the reaction takes place, if it gains the oxygen, means when you consider a reaction, when the reaction is takes place, if it involves the gaining of oxygen, if it accept or if it gain the oxygen, or otherwise it should lose the hydrogen. One is a, it should accept the oxygen or it should gain the oxygen, or otherwise it should lose the oxygen. Okay, not both. It, if it gains oxygen or if it lose the hydrogen, then we can call it as a what we call it as oxidation. Means oxidation is nothing but a process which involves gaining of oxygen or losing of hydrogen. Okay, then what in reduction? The opposite of oxidation. Means a process which involves the losing of hydrogen. In oxidation, what happens? The gaining of oxygen takes place, but losing of hydrogen is taking place. But in reduction, the losing of oxygen takes place and gaining of hydrogen is taking place. Okay, then the reduction means a process which involves losing of oxygen. It should lose its oxygen or gaining of hydrogen, otherwise it should gain its hydrogen. This is the definition of oxidation and reduction. Just remember, oxidation, when oxidation takes place, there is a increase in number of oxygen. In simple term, it should increase the number of oxygen or it should decreases the number of hydrogen. This is the oxidation. If reduction takes place, if reduction takes place, increases in the number of hydrogen or decreases in the number of oxygen. Okay, means the oxidation means it should accept or it should gain oxygen from others. Okay, or it should lose hydrogens to others. Okay, it should accept the oxygen from other, or it should lose its hydrogen, or it should give its hydrogen to other, then we can call it as a oxidation. The reduction means opposite of oxidation. It should lose its oxygen to others, or it should gain hydrogen from others. Okay, it should gain hydrogen, or if it lose the oxygen, that is a redox reaction. Just take a few examples. Let's consider the reaction. As when the copper is react with oxygen, it produces the copper oxide. Okay, this is a copper oxide. When copper is react with oxygen, it produces the copper oxide. Just balance this. Now it is balanced. Yes. Now, how you explain the oxidation is taking place or reduction is taking place? just observe. You take one by one. First you consider the oxidation or you consider the reduction. Okay, after that we will study in the combining form. Okay, and we can explain the oxidation reduction by using hydrogen or by using oxygen. Okay, not it not necessary it should contain oxygen or it should contain hydrogen in the simultaneously. No, not like that. Either you explain in terms of oxygen or either you explain in terms of hydrogen. If the reaction contains oxygen, then we will explain the oxidation reduction by using hydrogen, so by using oxygen. If it contains hydrogen, by then we will explain by using hydrogen only. Okay, now consider this one. Yes, what is the definition of oxidation and reduction? Oxidation means the gaining of hydrogen or losing of the gaining of oxygen or the losing of hydrogen. The oxidation means the gaining of oxygen or losing of hydrogen. Then now hydrogen is not considered here because there is no hydrogens, only oxygens are involved. Now see here, copper is reacted with oxygen and it forms copper oxide. How the copper oxide is formed? By gaining oxygen. Yes or no? Initially only copper is there. How it turns to CuO? By gaining the electron. Then when copper gains the oxygen, then it forms a copper oxide. Okay, now yes, is it reduction or oxidation? Let's read your what definition. The gaining of oxygen here. The gaining of oxygen is taking place when copper gains oxygen. Then it forms the copper oxide. Hence, we will explain the copper is oxidized to copper oxide. Then we will explain this one is a oxidation. How this one is oxidation? Because copper gaining oxygen. Copper gaining oxygen. When copper gains oxygen, then it forms a copper oxide. Hence, we will state copper is oxidized. Copper is oxidized to what? Copper oxide, or the oxidation of copper is taking place to copper oxide. This is a one simple example of what a oxidation reaction. Let's now consider the next reaction, that is when copper oxide is reacted with hydrogen, it forms copper and water. In this case, which one is oxidized and which one is reduced? Okay, just consider. Yes, briefly I explained that increase in the number of oxygen, we can call it as a oxidation. Yes, decrease in the number of oxygen, we can call it as a reduction. Okay, now consider the copper oxide. Initially copper oxide means the copper is bonded with the oxygen, but when the product is formed, copper oxide is converted to copper and hydrogen is converted to water. Okay, now consider which one is gaining the oxygen and which one is losing the oxygen. By gaining oxygen, by losing the oxygen. Now tell me which one is getting oxidized and which one is getting reduced, or which is under oxidation and which is under reduction. Consider CuO, copper oxide, it convert to copper. How it convert to copper? By losing its oxygen. By losing its oxygen, it forms the copper. Then losing of oxygen is what? Losing of oxygen. The losing of oxygen is nothing but this is a reduction. Yes or no? The losing of oxygen is nothing but reduction. Hence, we will state that copper oxide is reduced to copper. Hence, write a reduction. In this case, copper oxide loses its oxygen and it forms copper. Hence, copper oxide is reduced to copper. Hence, the reduction takes place. Simultaneously, hydrogen is what? Hydrogen is gaining oxygen. Initially, it is present in the H2 form, but when the product is formed, it converts to H2O. Okay. In this case, in this case, there is a decrease in the number of oxygen, but in this case, there is an increase in number of oxygen. Yes or no? When in the reactor side, it is present in H2 state, but when the product is formed, it converts to H2O. The oxygen is gaining or oxygen is losing? Yes, hydrogen gains oxygen. Then if it gains oxygen, then we will call it as a, yes, when the gaining of oxygen takes place. Yes, what we call? We call it as a oxidation. Yes, then this is the process, means copper oxide loses oxygen and form the copper, hence copper oxide is under reduction and it reduces to copper. Then hydrogen is gaining oxygen from copper oxide, or hydrogen is gaining oxygen, hence hydrogen is under oxidation, it oxidizes to water. Okay, this is how the oxidation and reduction is taking place. Okay. Yes, in simple, you may also write down as how you write Cu, copper oxide is turned to copper, then H2 is converted to H2O. Okay, in this case, what it losing of oxygen, losing of oxygen, but in this case gaining of oxygen, gaining of oxygen. If it lose oxygen, then we will call it as a reduction. If it gains the oxygen, then we can call it as a oxidation. Okay, this is the definition and two examples. Okay, I think you understand this. This is based on the oxygen, not based on the hydrogen. These are two examples. Now consider the next example, that is when H2S, when H2S, that is when H2S is react with Cl2, when hydrogen sulfide is react with the chlorine gas, then it produces sulfur with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. When H2S gas is react with the chlorine gas, so it produces sulfur with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. Okay, then now tell me which is under oxidation and which is under reduction, or which is getting oxidized and which is getting reduced. In previous case we consider the oxygen, but in this case you should consider the hydrogen. Based on the hydrogen you will explain which one is under oxidation and which one is under reduction. Okay, now consider as what by taking hydrogen, how you will explain what you mean by oxidation and what you mean by reduction. Losing of hydrogen is oxidation and gaining of hydrogen is reduction. Okay, then in this case initially it is H2S. When it loses hydrogen, it convert to sulfur. Initially it is chlorine. When it gains hydrogen, it turns to HCl. Yes or no? In this case H2S is losing hydrogen, Cl2 is gaining hydrogen. H2S is losing hydrogen, Cl2 is gaining yes, by using hydrogen and by using hydrogen we will explain which one is under oxidation and which one is a reduction. Okay, yes, now consider in this case the H2S. Yes, what do you mean by oxidation reduction? By using by in terms of hydrogen, losing of hydrogen. Yes, losing of hydrogen we can call it as a oxidation. Gaining of hydrogen as we can call it as a reduction. Which one is losing hydrogen? So, H2S losing hydrogen and it forms the sulfur. Okay, hydrogen sulfide losing hydrogen and it forms the sulfur. Simultaneously, chlorine is gaining hydrogen and it forms the hydrogen chloride. Yes or no? Yes, H2S is losing hydrogen, forms the sulfur, and Cl2 is gaining hydrogen and it forms the hydrogen chloride. Then according to definition, the losing of hydrogen we can call it as a oxidation. Losing of hydrogen is called it as a oxidation. Which one is under losing? This one is under loss of hydrogen. Then write it as a loss of hydrogen. We can call it as a oxidation. Loss of hydrogen we can call it as a oxidation. Then this one is a gain of hydrogen. Gain of hydrogen, we can call it as a reduction. Yes or no? The loss of hydrogen is called it as oxidation. When H2S loses hydrogen, it forms sulfur. Hence, we will explain H2S oxidizes to sulfur when chlorine is reduced to hydrogen chloride. And this is under oxidation. This one is under reduction. This is in terms of by using hydrogens. Okay. Then, why we can call it as a redox reaction? Why we should call it as a redox reaction? Consider in every reaction, if the oxidation takes place, then there should be a reduction is also taking place. Okay, not only oxidation, not only reduction. If oxidation is taking place, then simultaneously there is a reduction is also taking place in a single reaction. If one is under oxidation, then another should be under reduction. When one is oxidized, then another should be reduced. Without oxidation, there is a no reduction. Without reduction, there is a no oxidation. Take this one example only. Hydrogen is oxidized. When hydrogen sulfide is oxidized, then only chlorine is reduced. If hydrogen sulfide is not oxidized, then Cl2 is not reduced. Because of that, in every reaction, if there is oxidation is taking place, then the simultaneously the reduction is also taking place. Because of that, we can call it as a redox. Redox reaction means the oxidation and reduction is taking place in a single reaction. Then we can call it as a redox reaction. The redox reaction is combination of reduction and oxidation. Because of that, we can call these reactions as a redox reaction. If oxidation is only takes place, then we will not call it as a redox reaction. If reduction is only taking place, then we will not call it as a redox reaction. If it both taking place simultaneously, then we can call it as a redox reaction. Hence, if one is under oxidation, then another should be under reduction. If one is under reduction, then another should be is under oxidation. Because of that, we can call it as a redox reaction. Then we have again two terms. One is a oxidizing agent, reducing agent. Like oxidation and reduction, some compounds helps to oxidize other. Some compound help to oxidize other. Some are help to reduce other. Hence, the compounds which helps to oxidize, which help to reduce, we can call it as a oxidizing and reducing agent. Now we will consider the definition. So now consider the next concept, that is oxidizing and reducing agent. Okay, in this reaction, some compounds, or in redox reactions, some compounds helps to oxidize other, or some compound helps to reduce other. Then these oxidizing and reducing agents are helps to proceed redox reaction. Means these oxidizing and reducing agent helps to proceed redox reaction, means to proceed the oxidation, to proceed the reduction. The oxidizing and reducing agents are helped. Then how oxidizing agents are helped? The oxidizing agent makes other to oxidize, means the oxidizing agent help to other to oxidize. Reducing agent means it helps to reduce. Oxidizing agent help to oxidize. Reducing agents are help to reduce. Just consider A and B. If A is oxidizing agent, then it oxidize B. Oxidize B means it A supply oxygen to B, or A accept hydrogen from B. When we can call it as oxidation? Oxidation means gaining of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Because of that, if A is oxidizing agent, agent means in a different sector, in market also we have the agents. What are the role of agents? Agents helps. Agent yes, A supply oxygen means agent means it should help. It should help others, or it involves in the reaction, or it involves in the any market business, like that. In a reaction, if A is a oxidizing agent, it should supply oxygen, or it should accept hydrogen, like that. If consider C and D. If C is a reducing agent, then it should reduce the other. Means what is reduction? Reduction means gaining of hydrogen and removal of oxygen. Then if C is a reducing agent, then it should supply hydrogen to the D, or it should remove oxygen from D. Okay, like that. If A is a oxidizing agent, if A is act as oxidizing agent, then add, it should add oxygen, or it should remove hydrogen. Okay, if it is a oxidizing agent. If C is a reducing agent, it should add hydrogen, or it should remove oxygen. Then we can call it as a reducing agent. Because of that, oxidizing and reducing agents are help in a chemical reaction. Then consider the definition. Yes. Now consider the definition of oxidizing agent. Okay, the oxidizing agent means the substance which is under reduction. Means the substance which is under reduction, that is act as a oxidizing agent. Okay, or the substance which lose oxygen or gain hydrogen. Okay, means a substance, if it lose oxygen to other, or if it gain hydrogen from other, it act as a oxidizing agent. Another definition, the substance which is under reduction. Okay, if I am if I am under reduction, then you call me as a oxidizing agent. If I lose oxygen, or if I gain oxygen, sorry, if I gain hydrogen, if I lose oxygen to other, if I supply oxygen to others, if I gain hydrogen from other, then you call me as a oxidizing agent. Then oxidizing agent means the substance which is under reduction can act as a oxidizing agent, or the substance which lose oxygen, or which supply oxygen, or which gain the hydrogen, are called as a oxidizing agents. Okay, now consider in this case which is oxidizing agent. According to definition, the substance which is under reduction. Which is under reduction? Cl2 is under reduction. Okay, Cl2 is under reduction, it reduces to HCl. Because of that, we can call Cl2 as a oxidizing agent, because it what happens, it gaining hydrogen in by another definition, gaining of hydrogen also call it as a oxidizing agent, or the substance which is under reduction also call it as a oxidizing agent. Because of that, this is under Cl2 is under reduction, hence we can call Cl2 as a oxidizing agent, or this is oxidizing agent. Or consider this reaction, CuO plus H2, what it forms? It forms Cu plus H2O, which is under oxidation and which is under reduction. Oxidation is H2O, H2 is under oxidation because it gain oxygen. CuO is under reduction. Okay, then which is oxidizing agent and which is reducing agent here? Just read the definition and tell me which is the oxidizing agent, which is under reduction, or which lose the oxygen, which is losing oxygen. CuO is losing oxygen, or CuO is under reduction, hence CuO, copper oxide, is act as a oxidizing agent because it helps to reduce, sorry, it helps to oxidize other, or it supply oxygen to other, or it is under reduction, hence we can call it as a oxidizing agent. Now we will move towards a reducing agent. Let's now consider the definition of a reducing agent. Okay, this reducing agent means the substance which undergo oxidation. Means any substance, if it is under oxidation, then that substance is nothing but a reducing agent. Or the substance which lose hydrogen, means which helps to reduce other. The substance which lose hydrogen or which gains oxygen, means if A or A and B, consider A and B, if A is acting as a reducing agent, then A should be under oxidation. Okay, if A should be is under oxidation, or if A should supply, A should gain oxygen from B, or A should lose hydrogen, A should gain oxygen or lose hydrogen. it should lose hydrogen or it should gain oxygen, or A should supply hydrogen to B. Means if I am reducing agent, just imagine if I am a reducing agent, then I should be under oxidation, or I should lose hydrogen or I should gain oxygen. Okay, if I am gaining oxygen, if I am losing hydrogen, then you call me as a reducing agent. If I am under oxidation, then you call me as a reducing agent. If I am losing hydrogen, call me reducing agent. If I gaining oxygen, call me reducing agent. Means if I supply hydrogen to you, okay, then I am a reducing agent, then you are a oxidizing agent. Because of that, in every reaction, if oxidation is taking place, then reduction should also taking place. If oxidizing agent is there, then there should be a reducing agent is also present. Means in every chemical reaction, if oxidizing agent is there, then the reducing agent should be there. If oxidation is taking place, then reduction should also taking place. Just consider one example. Let's take this example only. When CuO, copper oxide, is reacted with H2, and it forms what it forms is what it forms. It forms Cu plus H2O. Okay, let's now tell me first find out oxidation and reduction. If without finding oxidation reduction, we will not able to explain which is the oxidizing agent, which is reducing agent. Because of that, first find out which is under oxidation and which is under reduction. Okay, this one is losing oxygen. Yes, losing of oxygen is reduction. This is under reduction. Okay, then hydrogen is gaining oxygen, hence we can call it as a oxidation. Hence hydrogen is under oxidation, copper oxide is under reduction. Now tell me which is oxidizing agent and which is reducing agent. According to the definition of reducing agent, the substance which is under oxidation. Which is under oxidation? Hydrogen is under oxidation. Yes or no? Yes, of course hydrogen is under oxidation because it gain oxygen. Yes or no? Consider both definition only. Which is under oxidation, can call it as a reducing agent. Which gains oxygen, we can call it as a reducing agent. Hence oxygen is under oxidation, hence it is a reducing agent. Oxygen is gaining oxygen, hydrogen is under oxidation, hence it is reducing agent. Hydrogen is gaining oxygen from copper oxide, hence hydrogen is H2 is what? H2 is act as a reducing agent. It is a reducing agent. Then which is the oxidizing agent? In the previous I told which is under oxidation called reducing agent. Then which is the oxidizing agent? Which is under reduction or which gains hydrogen or lose oxygen, we can call it as a reducing agent. Which is losing oxygen? Copper oxide is losing oxygen and it is under reduction, hence CuO. CuO is a oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Because why CuO is oxidizing agent? Because it is under reduction or it loses oxygen. Why H2 is a oxidizing agent? Sorry, why H2 is reducing agent? Because it is under oxidation or it gains oxygen. Means it is a supplier of oxygen. It is a remover of oxygen. Hence CuO is oxidizing agent. H2 is a reducing agent. Now consider some examples and tell me which is a reducing agent, which is oxidizing agent, and which is under reduction and which is under oxidation. Now consider one example, that is when zinc oxide, when ZnO is react with carbon, it forms zinc plus carbon monoxide. Okay, when zinc oxide is react with the carbon, it forms a zinc with the liberation of carbon monoxide gas. Okay, now first you what is the duty of you? You should find out first which is under oxidation and which is under reduction. It's just read the definition of oxidation reduction. Oxidation means losing of oxidation means gaining of oxygen or losing of hydrogen. Then which is under gaining of oxygen or which is under losing of oxygen? Reduction means losing of oxygen. Yes. Then zinc is converted to, sorry, zinc oxide is converted to zinc and carbon is converted to carbon monoxide. Yes or no? Yes, of course, these are converted into these. And now tell me which is oxidizing agent and which is a reducing agent. Zinc oxide is losing oxygen. Losing of oxygen, we can call it as a reduction. Yes or no? This is a reduction. Then gaining of oxygen, we can call it as a oxidation. Oxidation. Why we can call it as oxidation? Because it is gaining oxygen. Why we can call it as reduction? Because this one is losing oxygen. Hence ZnO. Hence this ZnO is under reduction. It reduces to zinc and this carbon is under oxidation. It oxidizes to carbon monoxide. Now tell me which is oxidizing agent and which is reducing agent. Yes, read your definition. Which is under reduction, we can call it as a oxidizing agent. This is a oxidizing agent. Which is under oxidation, we can call it as a reducing agent. And of course, this is under oxidation, then we can call it as a reducing agent. Yes, write a separately you should write a ZnO act as a oxidizing agent. Yes. Then carbon is act as a reducing agent. Okay. Then which is under reduction? ZnO is under reduction, carbon is under oxidation. ZnO is oxidizing agent, carbon is a reducing agent. This is a one example. Okay. Now consider one more example. After this example, I will send some reactions. You should write it and you write and send it to me. Okay. Now consider one more example. Fe2O3. When Fe2O3 is react with aluminum, it forms what it produces? It produces Fe plus Al2O3. Again, I told you in a hurry, I I forgot to balance the reaction. Hence, you should balance reactions. Okay, this is also not balanced. Write at 2 and 2 here. Okay, first yes, now tell me which is under oxidation and which is under reduction and which is reducing agent and which is oxidizing agent. Before going to the oxidizing and reducing agent, the first duty of you is you should find out which is oxidation, which is reduction. Okay, here in this case Fe2O3, it loses oxygen and convert to Fe. Yes or no? And in this case Al is gaining oxygen and convert to Al2O3. Yes, this is a first thing. First find out which is first find out this one, which is losing oxygen, which is gaining oxygen. First find out. Yes, now denote which is oxidation and which is reduction. This is a losing of oxygen, hence it is under reduction. Then this Alt is a gaining of oxygen, hence it is oxidation. Because of that, Al oxidized to Al2O3, Fe2O3 is reduces to Fe, hence which is the oxidizing agent, which is reducing agent? Fe2O3 is a, yes, which is under reduction? we can call it as a oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Then Al is act as a reducing agent because this is under oxidation. This is a reducing agent. Reducing agent. This is about oxidation and reduction. Oxidizing and reducing agent. I hope you all understand today's class. Then I will send some more examples. You find out oxidation reduction and oxidizing and reducing agent. I hope you all understand this class. If you have any doubts, then tell me, ask me. Okay. Then in the next class, the last only few the last concept, that is application of this oxidation reduction, means that corrosion, and one more. You in our day-to-day life, you all seen that is rancidity. Okay, the corrosion I will explain in the further chapters, because in further chapter also you have the topic, that is corrosion. In that class we will study briefly, and in this class the last concept, in next class last concept, that is rancidity, and what is rancidity and how to reduce the rancidity, we will study in next class. I hope you all understand. If you have any doubt, text me. Okay, thank you so much.